Ever wonder what the fishing is like after a hurricane?
So here we are right after Hurricane Michael. I'm always pumped to get on the water. Most of the time, a big hurricane for us is like a reset button.
They're nibbling at it.
Yep.
First fish after Michael. First fish after Michael.
And I thought the fishing couldn't be any better than where we were at. It just gets better and better. All right, I was asked my first real fish since Hurricane Michael. That is what I call a red grouper. Holy moly. That's a big donkey.
Then Travis gets a bird's eye view.
Some of the really cool things that you see is sea life going up and down the beach.
Good with my heavy butt over here?
Yeah.
Chasin the Sun is brought to you by Dulce Vida Tequila, Engel Coolers, the original high-performance cooler, Florida Fishing Products, Fish Better, Fish Florida, and by Z-Man Fishing Products, the science and art of fishing. While many will be recovering from Hurricane Michael for months and years to come, the Herculean efforts of first responders and disaster recovery teams have restored services and brought this community together.
So here we are right after Hurricane Michael. I'm always pumped to get on the water. That's what I love about doing this for a living, is there's never a day that I'm not pumped to get out on the water and see what that day has to hold. It's always something different. But I think today's a new level of excitement because I've never gone this long without fishing, I don't think, in my life. But we've all been working, trying to get everything cleaned up around town, even here at the marina. You know, everybody's hustling and bustling, trying to get things put back together. And now that we've got that accomplished and got everything pretty secured, now we get to get out there and go see what the water's like. I'm pretty excited to see what the fishing's like now after this hurricane, because most of the time, a big hurricane for us is like a reset button. It takes the pressure off the fishery, and then it also kind of shuffles those fish around, so places that get a lot of pressure have new fish that have moved in, and you know, they kind of get established. And pretty much all the time, I would say, we get out here after these hurricanes and the fishing's better than ever. All right, after almost a month of Hurricane Michael cleanup, we got the Latitude Tournament boat right here, 25 Competitor. We're about to stick it in the water for the first time. Go see what the fishing looks like out there. So we got new water to check out. We got a new boat. We're gonna launch at a new ramp. I mean, what could go wrong, right? Yeah, I don't get anxious very often. I don't know if this is just anxiety or really just excitement, but a lot of times after these hurricanes, the fishing changes, and it usually changes for the better. Sometimes we might have to look around a little bit to find the wrecks and reefs that we fish a lot out here, but what usually happens is not only do the fish get a break from fishing pressure, but the big storm surge and the swell out there in the Gulf, a lot of times it just kind of moves these fish around, and a lot of the reefs that get a lot of pressure throughout the year, they kind of get refilled with fish, and most of the time, after a big storm event, the fishing's way better. So I'm pretty pumped to get out there and see what we have. All right, we're good. Go ahead and unhook me. When we ride out there and pull up on the first spot, and that screen on the chart plotter and the sonar is just lit up with fish, that'll calm your nerves real quick. You know you're gonna have some fun. Our first post-Hurricane Michael fish Mine's bigger, of course, so we'll get rid of him. When we ride out there and pull up on the first spot, and that screen on the chart plotter and the sonar is just lit up with fish, that'll calm your nerves real quick. You know you're gonna have some fun.
Right here, look at that cluster.
Oh yeah. Everything looks pretty much on the bottom. I'm gonna stick one of these streaks on a 3-ounce jig head.
Do we want to get above it?
I would get just up current of it, which I think the current's going with the wind, so just like this. And tide's falling out too.
All right, I'm gonna go mark on the CT. Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
They're nibbling at it.
Yep.
Plenty of drag. Nip, 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 nip. First fish after Michael. First fish after Michael.
I got mine too.
What do we got?
What flavor we got? Triggerfish.
We got a red.
Oh yeah, you got a red snapper. Red snapper and a triggerfish.
Got a little buddy. This is Justin Venetool time. Hey Justin,
Yeah.
you wanna show us how to vent this thing again?
So our first chance to get back out there after the hurricane, me and Travis, and the first fish we catch, and look at him, he's already getting lazy on me. Our first post Hurricane Michael fish, mine's bigger of course, so we'll get rid of him. He's talking about venting the fish or something like that, but let's face it, what Travis is wanting me to do is get rid of my fish, come over there and unhook his fish for him, because that's just the way Travis is. So that's how Travis does this. A small red snapper, it's pretty much always gonna make you bleed one way or another.
Everything about him tries to stick you.
Yeah, gills, teeth, fins. So he says that he wants to show you something about venting, but that just means, hey Justin, grab my fish and make yourself bleed instead
Work
of me.
smarter, not harder.
So y'all know I love light tackle fishing. I mean, to me, it just adds to that challenge.
Justin's got something pretty big. Yeah, what you got, bro?
It's something we want, I can tell you that. Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. But there's gotta be a time when you know to put the light tackle up, and this is it. Golly.
That's real.
Yeah, way too much fish. Oh.
Shark.
All right, spinning rod's done. Not a chance.
I catch permit and tarpon on that thing lots.
You know, I've tried a few times, and sometimes you got to put the heat to them, pick up the big sticks to be able to turn those fish. Because when we're reef fishing, there's a reef down there. If you lighten the drag up and just let them run, they'll get down to the reef and break you off. So right now I got to put the light tackle up and pick the big stuff up so we can stop these fish.
Yeah, we got some big bites. Now we just need to get some bigger rods.
I'll figure out how to catch some big bites.
It's all right, it's all right.
Yeah.
You got enough wood?
Yep. Well, you bit the wrong rod this time, buddy. We ain't spinning rod fishing no more. Yeah, he wasn't very far down either.
All right, nice red.
Yeah.
Wasn't no match for that rod. Was no match.
Yeah. He picked on the wrong chunk there.
Ooh. Oh.
Looked like he picked on a bunch of chunks. There's a lot of stuff on a red snapper that can get you. You gotta grab them just right. That circle is right in the corner of his mouth. What's cool is if you get it right there in the corner, you can rotate that hook and it'll come free just like that. Just rotate it. Don't have to really pull it out. All right, I would say that's my first real fish since Hurricane Michael. So you don't hear me say bold statements like this very often, but the reason we give the red snapper so much attention here in Panama City Beach is because the upper Gulf of Mexico, right where we're at right here, is the best place to catch giant red snapper in the world. Hey, everybody knows I like to talk a lot. when I get quiet. It's because of big fish on there.
Exertion time.
This one's gonna be bigger than the other one. That's what I'm talking about. Golly. That is why we were having a problem catching these things on spinner rods.
Right?
I wonder what it was like for him riding down that storm on the bottom.
I'm sure he was fine. He's like, look at all this free food flowing around.
Nah, that's probably true.
He was totally cool.
I bet you he wasn't up here swimming around on the surface.
Nope.
Not right now.
Well, he might have been.
All right. One cool thing too about catching them in here in this 100-foot water shallower, they release really well. They'll swim off most of the time pretty easy. If they float off, you can grab them and vent them. Try to take care of them fish we're gonna let go. So not having a lot of live bait's kind of out of my comfort zone when we're going reef fishing especially. We really rely on live bait when we're reef fishing. Whoa! Look at the eel! Look at the eel he just shot out.
That's so cool.
So I didn't want to ride real far without checking everything out, you know, the fishing, the new boat, all our tackle and all that. And so we stopped just a few miles out and the fishing was unbelievable. So what do you want to do next? You want to see what's out a little further. So I pulled up a waypoint just a couple miles further out, and as you would guess, we rode out there and it's loaded with fish just like that was. Oh, cool! Yep, that's real fish on the way down. Well, spot number 2 confirmed. It's still here and it's still loaded with fish. I'd imagine that's gonna be Mr. Amberjack. No, it's a big old snapper. Look at that.
Look at that.
He ate it on the way down. He wasn't too far under the surface.
Came up to look at the boat.
Yeah.
Justin got a snapper, I got a jack.
Do you? Yep.
Yep.
Amberjack.
Old Jack Tech. All right. First fish, new spot confirmed. Still here after the storm. You should see the bottom finder just going nuts. Hey, little buddy. Let's get back in there and throw up.
And I thought the fishing couldn't be any better than where we were at. It just gets better and better.
That's a real one. This guy's actually getting drag on this rod.
Uh-oh. I like it. It's acting grouper-like.
It's
A lot of pull up front and then
It is a grouper.
is it?
Yeah.
What a red grouper.
What's up, brother?
That is what I call a red grouper. Holy schmoly. What was I telling you about the lobster eaters out here?
Yeah.
That's what that dude is right there.
Nice little red.
Hey, when they start off eating your jig and pulling like crazy and then they quit pulling so hard, a lot of times that's what you ended up with. How about that dude?
I think we need to put him in the box.
Whoa! Look at the eel! Look at the eel he just shot out.
That's so cool. So we pulled up on this spot and we were kind of thinking that it may or may not be here, and it has moved after the storm, but this is my second drop.
Yep.
Second drop. Got a nice red grouper. These guys are over here. This is the cool part about what came out of him. Check this out. He tossed the eel out of his mouth when he came up.
It makes a lot of sense why they bite these
Z-Man.
Streaks XL or a Heroes, one of these long, skinny plastics. It looks just like that eel.
Watch my hand. Woohoo! It barely fits in there.
So not having a lot of live bait's kind of out of my comfort zone when we're going reef fishing especially. We really rely on live bait when we're reef fishing. Well, this was kind of a shakedown run for us and we didn't have time to get live bait for this trip. So we have had a little experience with this jigging on these reefs, and let me just say, jigging on the reefs is something a lot of people miss out on. And as you'll see right here, I mean, I don't know if there's a better way to get out there and just have steady action all day long than jigging on the reefs.
Hey, look here. Look how red those eyes are. Look at that guy. Little teeth they got. That's real right there. Look at those teeth.
So here's the rudder jack.
That's a rudder jack. What exactly is a rudder jack?
It doesn't have a big lobe on top of its jaw. An amberjack will have a big lobe up here. And
what do you got? Same thing?
yeah, same thing. And you know what's cool is these have a different law. They're actually legal to keep right now. These guys are a little small, but they're a slot limit like a redfish. When they get real big, then you gotta let them go again.
Cool. Going over. You good, buddy?
So this is an old school trick. When you've been on the water all day and you already caught a ton of fish and you want to really wrap the day up, there's no way better to wrap a day up than catch some big amberjacks. We call them the reef donkeys. I mean, they are big and tough, and after you catch a few of them, you're done. You're ready to go home.
Oh, just got bit. There he is. Oh, he's big. Big old donkey.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. And then I'm gonna have a big bruise on my hip tomorrow. All right, I got a little calm down there. Holy moly.
You got a donkey?
Yeah. I had a good feeling we might run into a couple of these here.
Oh yeah, we got a set.
Got a
Set
pair
of
of
donkeys.
That's a big donkey. Oh, mine was twice that big.
Yeah, he was.
To really experience the beauty of the Gulf,
We've got about 6 tours to choose from.
a view from above is mandatory.
You haven't flown in a helicopter, it's entirely too cheap to not do it when you're on vacation. What we're doing primarily is experiential fishing. You don't necessarily need to take your entire harvest every single time.
Chasin the Sun has been brought to you by Latitude Tournament Boats. Humminbird, simply, clearly, better. Pirates Cove Marina, you enjoy the Gulf, we'll take care of the rest. And by Sport Trail Trailers. To really experience the beauty of the Gulf, a view from above is mandatory. Travis heads to Panhandle Helicopters for an aerial tour.
Here at Panhandle, we've got about 6 tours to choose from. Our shortest flight is our intro tour. Just takes you from right here where we are down to County Pier and back. And then we range all the way up to our longest tour, which is 36 miles. It's about 25 minutes in the air.
Oh, it's crooked, huh? Good with my heavy butt over here?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about flying down here?
Honestly, the sea life. I mean, I love seeing sea turtles, but looking for stuff like whale sharks, that's pretty fun. Some of the really cool things that you see is sea life going up and down the beach. All of our tours give you a chance to see that sea life. And we'll see stingrays, sea turtles, dolphins, sharks, all kinds of cool stuff out in the water. Okay, so this is St. Andrews State Park right over here. It's just beside the jetties here where the bay runs into the ocean, and on the other side there is where Shell Island starts.
Fun. You haven't flown in a helicopter, it's entirely too cheap to not do it when you're on vacation. So seriously, go do this. It's a blast, an absolute blast.
Well, I can't explain how good it feels to be back on the water. It kind of gives me that sense of normalcy. I mean, this is my life. This is what I do every day. So now that I get to be back on the water, it brings a lot of that back home. As luck would have it, that reef was loaded with fish, and we got to spend the entire day right there catching a big variety. But we've been blessed through this entire process, and I can't think of a better way to get back on the water than a day like today.
Fishing on a daily basis, what we're doing primarily is experiential fishing. And we're in it for the experience, the smiles, you know, to come down and have a great time. You don't necessarily need to take your entire harvest every single time. Really what you need is what you need today.
Like these right here, these Vermilion snapper, for example, is legally 10 per person here in Florida. Well, these fish right here will feed us, so we'll just let the rest go.
Right? The prime example is we crushed them, but you're looking at what we kept.
That's right.